Dark Silence Reviews.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Dark Silence from Dark Silence Reviews. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like and subscribe.
Here, let me kick this stuff around so you can see my name here. All the food stains.
Okay, so we got an exclusive interview for the member section here. Tell us about this coin here. Tell us about this
coin is a stamping made with this die that they made at Baltimore Knife and Sword to create this detail that's stamped into to make the Mon symbol, which is the family crest that's on the sword. They made this tool to make elements of the scabbard for the sword. And the sword is upstairs. I don't know if you've seen that yet from the game.
Yes, I have.
And so you actually get a piece from that sword that's upstairs, the game sword that was made with this tool. Okay. Doesn't want to go back further. There it goes.
So tell me about the influence on these on the crests, the coin, and
So the coin and the crest on the scabbard fittings are what the Japanese call a mon, M-O-N. It's a family emblem crest, so you can recognize them. It's like Japanese heraldry. So they made those. Behind you is a helmet that from Oda Nobunaga, the character in the game, which is a historical figure. So that's where the coin or the heraldic crest was derived from.
So the importance of this this Mon, I guess the Mon coin, the Mon crest.
So you're actually asking the wrong person. I have the Armour at my shop in Burbank. I didn't work on this sword. I'm here to kind of tie in with everything else. What I did back in 2013 was establish a YouTube show called Man at Arms. I did 40 episodes in that. In part of that episode, one of the episodes, I made the Hidden Blade and Blackbeard's cutlass for Assassin's Creed. The Hidden Blade.
Black Flag?
Yeah. And so that was the Hidden Blade was made out of cable Damascus, which is wire rope that I forged into a solid homogeneous piece to make the blade. I gave part of that blade to the team at Baltimore Knife and Sword, who carried on Man at Arms for Man at Arms Reforged, where I did 40 episodes. They did 176 episodes. So they've done. Brendan, do you know how many Assassin's Creed projects? And this would be like the third that.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot. So there was the one you did for Black Flag, where you did the Pirate Cutlass and the Hidden Blade. Then they did Jacob's Cane Sword from Syndicate. Then they did Arnold Dorian's Phantom Blade from number 5. And then trying to think, make sure I don't miss any. But then we did Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So there's 2 weapons there. There's a Copus and the Spear of Leonidas.
Nice. And now you've got the swords up top.
Okay, so harder question, a little bit more in depth, a little bit more personal. Out of all the weapons that you created for Assassin's Creed, which one would you say was the most challenging?
Well, the Hidden Blade that I made for Assassin's Creed Black Flag would have been one of the only weapons that I made, so therefore that would be the most challenging.
Okay, well we have the most challenging. Now, what about your favorite?
Again, since the only one I made, also my favorite.
Very, very unique. So it hits both on the mark.
You're right, yeah.
All right. So
my main business is I make weapons and armor for film and television. So I've worked on over 300 different movies. When I was working on Man at Arms in 2013, that was taking me away from my regular work. Plus, I'm a one-man shop, and they have a 12-man shop in Baltimore where they're continuing on with this series of video game and pop culture weapons. So I wasn't able to continue doing that. I did the 6 seasons that they asked me to do, and a couple carry-on ones so they would transfer to the new group. But I enjoyed doing it, but it was actually life-shortening, exhausting, dangerous, and honestly not that profitable for me.
So it was harsh.
Yeah,
That was very harsh. So how do you feel now that you're a little bit more easy coasting now, a little better?
Well, I'm back to my regular work. I've got a couple of movies, live video performance costumes, commercials, television.
Any you're willing to give away?
Not at the moment. About the only thing that's been released that I've worked on in the last few years would have been Black Adam. I did a bunch of shields and swords for that, and then Rebel Moon. I made a bunch of agricultural weapons and tools that I'm the worst person in the world to talk about pop culture. I disconnected my television in 1997. The year after that, I did everything for Buffy and Angel and Charmed and Alias. I've never seen any of those shows, so I don't play video games. I'm just a complete Luddite. I hit things with a hammer, and computers and televisions don't respond
You do
well
what needs
to
to
hammer.
get done, basically.
Yeah, so
No hate on that. If
Yeah.
that's what makes you happy, that's what you like doing. You do what you gotta do.
No, I'm loving my life. It's just my life doesn't. I'm not on a screen 24/7.
This is the first one then
Yeah.
for a while.
No, I've got over 1 billion views of my work on the internet, but I don't watch any of them.
Okay, so you said in the 90s was the last time you unplugged. Prior to that, do you remember any of any of the pulp culture stuff from prior to the 90s? Because that was kind of like the golden era, yeah?
Well, I mean, I still do things. I made the Infinity Gauntlet for Marvel. I do the Hook and
The actual gauntlet?
Yeah, well, for Thor and Infinity Wars. Swords for Blade, swords for Zorro, all the swords for Pirates of the Caribbean, Last Samurai.
Best
What?
dark spear from Mandalorian.
Yeah, but that's still under NDA.
No, it came out.
It came out, but it's in a story arc. So a lot of the things.
No, I watched it.
What?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Mandalorian one?
No.
It's in the. I've seen it. It's on the show. You see the.
Yeah.
You see the.
But so the problem is my clients are Disney, Marvel, Lucasfilms, and other NDA type properties. So like he's saying, the things that I've made on these shows have been aired, so therefore
They're
the
not under
NDA
NDA,
doesn't
yeah.
carry through. However, the NDA that I've signed says that's comprehensive through.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, so even though it's been shown, so there may be something that I made. For instance, one of the things that aired was I was a stand-in for the Armour for the Mandalorian, for Emily Swallow, forging the Beskar spears to make the wire to turn into chainmail for Baby Yoda, for Grogu's armor. Okay, so we made the armor. I made the spears. That was my arm swinging the hammer on camera. It's kind of funny because Emily's tiny.
That is actually really, really, really cool.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff like that I'm not going to elaborate further onto it because I have 4 other projects with Lucasfilms that are kind of tied in with those things.
Completely understand the NDA.
Yeah.
I get them quite a bit myself.
So, basically, I don't know, a lot of the swords that you see on television and commercials and movies are my manufacture. So it's kind of what I do.
So how do you feel about it today? Like right now, like how do you feel about it all?
Personally, I'm it's like there's an onset term with like a lot of below the lines people, and you ask, hey, how do you like your life? Well, I'm living the life,
Yeah. Gary's just taking a break. We'll be back.
Yeah, so I am living the life. I'm getting to do what I love to do and get paid for it and do highly recognizable, high profile pieces.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah. So.
All right, well, to I guess wrap up the interview here,
Okay. Well, thanks
give you a
for,
little break. we'll do one last question. Going back to, you shut off your TV for pop culture. Maybe this is a little bit too much of a direct, comment, but how does it feel to be part of pop culture now?
It's weird. It's odd, to walk down the street. I do a lot of sexy costumes for beautiful models, and I'll have 2 beautiful models on either arm, and someone will come up and push them out of the way and want to get a photograph with me because they, were fascinated watching me make stuff on the internet 10 years ago or things recently, and it's
so even though you
weird.
tuned out, you're still there.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just don't watch it. I'm still, my stuff is still, my content is out there. I just don't watch any of it. So.
Well, I appreciate the review.
All right,
Thank you
cool.
from Dark
All right,
Silence
take
Reviews.
care. Yeah.
You have a good one as well,
Yeah.
and we're going to wrap it up here.
All right,
Thank
cool.
you everyone for tuning in, and that's it for the interview.
You should talk to Gary.